Good morning, beautiful people. Hope this message finds you well and safe. Let me start with a question. If I said that you have succeeded in spite of your circumstances, and I said you have succeeded despite your circumstances, and I said you have succeeded regardless of your circumstances, what would be the difference? In spite of, despite of, regardless of. So the reason it's important is because I think from a professional perspective, when you make a goal or you set out to embark on some journey and you start to list out all the things that you currently have to deal with, all the things that you've had to address before you started, and all the things that you can anticipate coming up or in the future, will help you understand why, in spite, despite, and regardless, having a plan for all of those will ensure a little bit more success. So let's just look at it this way, right? So let's say you grew up in foster care and then you ended up being successful. And I said that I was successful in spite of. Well, in spite has to do with in defiance of. So what will my circumstances be that in defiance of my circumstances, I decided to succeed? What rules would I have had to break? What social or cultural norms would I have to decide I do not want to subscribe to in order to be successful? In spite of, in defiance. Despite, being unaffected by. So whatever circumstances I'm dealing with, I decided to not be affected by what was happening. So whatever it is, crime, poverty, whatever. Despite those circumstances, not paying any attention to them, I decided to then go ahead and be whatever it is or whoever it is I wanted to be. Regardless, paying no attention to. So whatever circumstances that would have been for me, paying no attention to what is happening around me, all the barriers, all the whatever, decided to be successful. In spite, despite, regardless. Professionally, I'll do this for leaders first. You have an idea, you believe this idea is going to work, you believe it's going to be successful. What do you need to think through so that you are successful in spite of the current challenges? In defiance. This amazing idea that you believe is going to propel your team or organization to the next level, what do you need to start thinking about or anticipate you need to be committed to despite? Remember what despite is. You're just unaffected by it. Yep. Staffing shortages, unaffected by it. Do not have enough resources, unaffected by it. You're going to figure out how to be successful with this idea despite current circumstances. And then finally, you have this amazing idea. You know this is going to work. You've thought about it for a while. Now, what do you need to commit to be successful regardless of the circumstances? Paying no attention to them. That people think it's a crazy idea, that people are saying it's not going to work. Maybe it's something you've never done before. Regardless of that, from a personal perspective, it's easy to tell the story in hindsight. I have arrived at where I am in spite of, despite of, regardless. I also want people to do it on the front end. You can anticipate certain things. What do you need to be prepared for in spite of how you show up? What do you need to be prepared for or anticipate despite how you show up? And what do you need to be committed to regardless of how you show up? So that's it. That's what I have for you today. I am on this lake of the Ozarks about to get rained on, but I too am thinking about some things, and this is how it happens in my head without judgment. This is how my brain works. What do I need to think about in spite of what I currently have available to me? What do I need to make this work despite what I have available to me or what is presenting itself? And what do I need to commit to physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, regardless of the current circumstances? So I hope somewhere in here, this helps somebody out there just commit to being amazing. Give yourself permission to do it anyway, which is what this boils down to. So with that, I hope this message finds you all well and safe and healthy and patient and diligent. I hope it finds you noticing I am celebrating you for your success in spite of, despite of, and regardless of. And I hope it finds you being prepared to think through and anticipate what you will need to do to be successful in spite of, despite of, and regardless of whatever's in your way. Have a fantastic day, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you next time.